An actual new MMORPG launched on Steam in the form of Bitcraft Online. And honestly, what's with companies putting online in the title? That always feels a bit immersion breaking. But let's not get hung up on that. A new MMO is still a rare thing, and that alone makes it worth a look. So let me break down the game for you so you know what to expect. I'll keep my own opinion for later. This is just to explain what it is. Before we begin, a quick word of warning. This is a brand new MMO launch, so yes, expect the usual. There are queue times, performance dips, desync issues, and random disconnects. It's all the stuff we've sadly gotten used to. If that's a deal breaker, no shame in sitting it out for now. Just keep an eye on the Steam forums and reviews to see how things improve. If you've played games like Albion Online or Worm, this will probably feel familiar in some ways. Because Bitcraft isn't your typical quest-hopping combat MMO. Bitcraft is a sandbox MMORPG, where every player shares the same persistent online world. There are no servers to choose from, no instanced maps, just one massive, evolving landscape that everyone plays in together. You don't start with a class. You don't follow a quest line. You're dropped into the wild with nothing but a basic toolkit, and from there, it's up to you. You gather resources, craft your own gear, build shelter, and figure out how to survive. One thing I want to point out early, Bitcraft doesn't use WASD to move. You click to move, like in classic MMOs or top-down RPGs. I know some people really don't like that setup, so I just want to make sure you know that going in. Combat is in the game, but it's not the core loop. You'll fight wild animals and defend your camp if needed, but most of the game is about gathering, crafting, building, and working with others. There are 12 professions right now: farming, cooking, pottery, mining, carpentry, and more. Each one levels up through use, so the more you farm, the better your farming gets. Same for mining, smithing, everything. And farming isn't just place seed, wait, harvest. You'll till the soil, water your plants, protect your fields, and upgrade your tools over time. It's a system that rewards consistency and planning. Construction works the same way. You start with basic shelter, then work toward roads, workshops, fences, and eventually full towns. It's all placed and shaped by players. What's especially interesting is that towns are run by the players themselves. You can assign roles, manage shared inventory, and even set rules for how your settlement works. Some players focus on trade, others build, some just like farming. It's flexible by design. If you want to sell something, you meet another player, strike a deal, and physically trade the goods. So local supply and demand actually matter. It's a real economy, not a global menu. I get it, but personally, not a big fan of the lack of an auction house. It's just too much of a hassle. But maybe that's just me. And it is what it is, I guess. Now for PvP. You can't just walk into someone's camp and start swinging. That's not how it works here. Right now, there's no open-world PvP, just duels, and only if both players agree to it. That's all that exists in early access. But later on, the devs plan to add structured PvP, like watchtower sieges or empire-scale conflicts. That'll still be opt-in and only in flagged areas. So, if you prefer peace, you'll stay protected. And if you want battles later, they're on the way. The world is procedurally generated and shaped by player action. Forests disappear, cities grow, roads spread. You'll see the map physically change over time based on what the community does. If you want a comparison, think RuneScape meets Valheim. Click-to-move controls, skill-based leveling, survival systems, and world building, but all in one shared online world instead of private servers or party co-op. So yeah, no fast travel, no classes, no traditional quests. Just one persistent world, 12 professions, and a slower, community-driven loop that rewards long-term effort. Here's what's planned for early access. Right now, it's a paid game, about $30 on Steam, but the goal is to make it free to play later. The first major updates will add more PvE content, like monster camps and dungeons, plus dueling, new biomes, and improved town systems. Further down the line, expect bigger features, like sieges, empire alliances, and larger-scale coordination. The devs are also expanding professions, fine-tuning the economy, and balancing based on live feedback. If this helped, a like would mean a lot. Thanks for watching.